everyone, welcome to Higher Ground. I'm Ina Mann. Today we start our exclusive series on fracking.
The method of gas drilling they use is called hydraulic fracturing, or fracking.
It bubbles and hisses when it comes out. I won't drink it.
They can drill whether we like it or not.
It's a free-for-all.
Our water was good before they started drilling, and when they got done, it was bad.
The neurological effects are very insidious.
Everybody was sick, including me. I have these lesions in my brain.
You get pains all over your body.
Well, that was a snippet from Gasland, the anti-fracking film that had a negative impact on public opinion towards hydraulic fracturing. What's fracking? It's the process of horizontal drilling and the use of pressurized hydraulic fluid, mostly water, to create microfractures in sediment rock that allows trapped natural gas to be released and captured. Fracking opponents such as those featured in Gasland have turned hydraulic fracturing into a moral and ethical issue, which could have an impact on the resource debate here in BC. Fracking has revolutionized the energy industry and is set to unlock the vast deposits of natural gas stored in the Montney Shale gas formation here in northeastern BC. The Montney deposits hold an estimated 271 trillion cubic feet of marketable gas on the BC side alone. How much is that worth? $718 billion, and that's based on today's prices, which are about half of what they were a year ago, meaning the deposits could be well worth over $1.5 trillion. With so much on the line, Higher Ground decided it was time for a reality check on fracking. The depth drilled for most shale gas deposits is between 6,000 to 10,000 feet, meaning it can be miles below the water table where fracking takes place. For the released gas or fracking fluid to contaminate the water table from that kind of depth, they'd have to pass upward through millions of tons of impermeable rock, which is highly unlikely since that rock is what trapped the gas in the first place. The initial steps for a fracked well are the same as any conventional well. A hole is drilled straight down, and once it extends below the deepest freshwater aquifer, the drill pipe is removed and replaced with a permanent steel pipe called surface casing. Next, cement is pumped down the steel casing pipe, and when it reaches the bottom, it is forced back up on the outside between the casing pipe and the borehole wall. This creates an impermeable protective concrete and steel barrier between the wellbore and any freshwater sources. Joining us today from Albuquerque, New Mexico via phone is David Borns from the U.S. Department of Energy Sandia National Laboratories. Bourne is Sandia's project manager for oil and gas research, and he was the co-chair of the Department of Energy's Natural Gas Research Partnership Program, which developed many of the technologies for monitoring hydraulic fracturing. David, thanks for coming on the show today. First off, tell us, is fracking truly a revolution?
It is a revolution. Technology is moving so rapidly. It's not old dirty science, it's rocket science, what's going on in the fields now, such that they've tripled the first year of production from wells, and they're producing more gas with about 2/3 of the wells that they need to produce that before. And that's this march of technology since 2010.
David, we're doing some myth busting today, and I'm sure you've heard this one before. Does fracking lead to being able to light your water on fire?
There are a lot of cases in the Midwest, people have to burn off their well water, but that happens before hydrofracking. It's just the water zones and the gas zones are near the surface. And there are historical records of them going out and, back in the 1800s to 1700s, burning the lakes on purpose to burn off the buildup of natural gas there. It's the proximity of natural gas to the near surface, and it's not a direct correlation to hydrofracking.
David, having worked on both sides of the border, what's your sense of the industry in Canada?
My experience, Canada does a better regulatory role, especially what I know they do in Alberta, especially in well integrity.
That's something we've heard a lot, that Canada has a stronger regulatory environment. So I guess that's the case.
Yes, I use a lot of the data that came out of the Alberta Energy Board about understanding, long-term well integrity issues. And I've used that for some of our government projects.
Finally, David, can you boil things down for us? Is fracking safe?
Between Canada and the U.S., we produce something like 20 trillion cubic feet of gas a year. And if you look at that volume, it's relatively safe. But there are issues that we have to address as part of risk management. Industry and the regulatory bodies have to address that best practices are followed. I think that's an important thing. If best practices are followed, you have minimum risk.
And that's it for Higher Ground this week. Make sure to visit our website at resourceworks.com, sign up for our e-newsletter, and don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For ResourceWorks, I'm Ina Mann. Thanks for watching.